Okay, so we did episode 10. We're going to skip to episode 14 so we can get to this reunion. And honestly, ain't nothing new going to happen. So let's get to the meat. So Ariana and Thorax are getting their sandwich shop open. And they're going to have a little look-see party. Because, you know, you've got to have several soft openings before you actually start making money. It's a sandwich shop, sweetie. If you don't know how to put a sandwich together on the first try, maybe you should do something else. And Ariana's irritated because now people are going to undermine their relationship. You don't have a relationship. You have a roommate that you hump occasionally. Meanwhile, across town with Raquel and Charlie, she rehashes a fight she got into with James, saying, well, I never loved you. And I don't think you've ever loved anyone. I don't think you love you. Now, Raquel, I don't know how you have time to worry about whether Allie is into James as much as James is into Allie when you have so many balls in the air. But Allie is on that show for a paycheck and James loves to keep a beard. James has to stay with the woman so he won't end up with a man. I don't know why he cares. I know why he cares, because he can't pull the same bullshit with men. Because we gonna let you cheat in peace. In peace. Therefore, it's not an interesting game for him. He needs someone to hurt, and that's sad. However, Raquel did not get an invitation to the sandwich shop, but afterwards they will be swinging by Sir during her shift. Oh God, and this is where she gets that lightning bolt that Sandoval has. And over at Tom Tom's Taqueria, they still trying to get their staff together. Well, now, is anybody showing up? Anybody eating there? So after going over their failure of a restaurant, Schwartz asked Sandy, are he and Ariana okay, knowing good and well they ain't. You had to be a pinch hitter for the mistress, come on now. But he says his very presence annoys her, and it does. They have been needed to break up. They ain't been humping. They are roommates who are slightly bitter, but they're staying together because of the show. This is what happens when you stay in a relationship past its expiration date. Something gets shitty. Am I condoning it? No. But this is what happens when you're in a relationship for a check, Ariana. You're just as guilty. And I'm sorry, but you in a relationship and you grown, somebody fucking. If it ain't you, you need to ask who. Tom saying it feels like she doesn't like me. She don't. She don't. Although she should really hate her makeup artist, but she don't like you. After that, we cut to Sandoval and Ariana at their house, and she's talking about the shop opening. See, y'all got together, you were the sweethearts of the show, and you saw that dual income. That qualification for a house, because y'all could not have had this house by yourselves. But together, you said, ooh, we can make it work. Don't get no house with nobody you ain't married to unless you're investing together. That's totally different. I could see friends buying a house together long before a couple that ain't married is buying a house together. Unless y'all like, we never get married, that's what it is. And you can afford the house if one of y'all decides to leave. So now he's complaining that, you know, you don't like me. You're always snapping at me. I always do everything wrong. See, Tom, this is when you should have broken up with her. Y'all have grown apart. That's why y'all ain't got married. That's why she's acting the way she's acting and you acting the way you acting. Because the thing is, Tom hasn't changed. Ariana wants to grow up. Tom ain't gonna grow up for another 10 years, maybe 15, maybe never. Maybe never. And even when Tom does grow up, he's not gonna wanna grow up with you. Y'all having sex 4 times a year. See, when you treat sex like a chore, you really think that's gonna make somebody stay with you? And that's either or. They gon' get it from somewhere else. I ain't saying it's right, but we're humans. That's what happens with human beings. Sorry. I ain't make us. Take it up with God. I didn't start it. And even if the person don't step out physically, it's gonna be an emotional affair. Either way, it's a sign the relationship is pretty much dead. They ain't even talking about therapy. And also, y'all are afraid to break up because you know you're gonna have to go back to apartments. See, Ariana, you can't say what the definition of quality time is. Quality time is different to different people. When y'all got together, your quality time was going out and getting drunk together. You have grown. You have changed. You now want to stay in, enjoy your beautiful home, walk around the neighborhood, make dinner. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That ain't quality time to him, but it was in the beginning to you. Just because you say it, don't make it so. You see, ooh, Lord, the white woman's just jumping out of you. And she's got a weak chin. I feel like both Katie and Ariana, they were nightlife girls. They were in the nightlife industry. They loved being out. You couldn't catch them at home. Now, they don't want to be out like that no more. I'm the same. I used to love to be out all the time. Now I'm like, girl, can we be home? I can't get with somebody that still wants to be out. There's nothing wrong with them wanting to be out. There's nothing wrong with me wanting to be in. But if y'all don't want to do the same shit, it's over. It's over. Was the cheating right? No. But also, was it smart of you to stay in a non-sexual relationship where you just, quarterly sex with a roommate? Girl, boom. Where did you think that was going to lead? You didn't think it through. You don't want each other to be better. You want to go back to what it used to be, and you can't. Oh, God, now we got Botch Chin and his girlfriend. And Botch Chin gonna introduce his girlfriend to Heffa Vanderpump. I almost was like, ooh, if Vanderpump invited me to dinner at her house, would I go? Only if her husband wasn't there. He seems like an asshole. Oh, Allie trying to get him to go to therapy, and he don't think he need it. Didn't you have to, stop drinking? I would go to therapy because I have an ass on my chin. I mean, how do you deal with looking at a butt in the mirror? I just want to put a pamper on it. As we get ready for the sandwich shop opening, Ariana asks if she wants to steam the tablecloth, and Katie looks at her in her wrinkled dress and says no. She's like, look, I didn't even iron for this. Why am I going to iron the tablecloths? And it is a sandwich shop. Why would you have tablecloths to begin with? That gives more of a lunch counter tea. But at Schwartz's apartment, Sandoval drops by. Okay, now, Tom, you cannot say, I didn't know that I was going to have all this fallout from kissing Raquel. You knew. You did it because the truth is you need to do something to really push Katie away and show her this is over and you can no longer control me. And it's no longer cute. So we head over to the opening. Chin Butt and his hef is there schmoozing with Vanderpump. So it's a cute little opening, and now here come Schwartz and Sandy. So after the opening, we head over to SUR, and we start to see the strain in the relationships. Because the truth is, we've barely seen Tom and Ariana together all season. Now, how you gonna say this the best relation? Now, Tom, how you gonna say this the best relationship you ever been in when you only humping quarterly? Quarterly humping does not a relationship make. And if you're saying, well, I'm not feeling enough to be physical with you, then you shouldn't be with him. You should say, I'm not getting the time I need in this relationship, and I need to move on. That's why you don't buy a house with somebody you ain't married to without an exit plan. Because you see, you can do it if you got an exit plan. You ain't have no exit plan. And that's why you stayed, because you stuck. Oh, God. So we at SUR, and Katie's mama gonna go in on Schwartz. Child, they divorced. And you really need to talk to your daughter about hanging out with her exes. Girl, you and your daughter need to grow up. However, in another corner of the restaurant, Ariana and Raquel are having a conversation. Ariana thanks Raquel for attending and says, you were invited, I'm just careful of Katie's feelings. Too bad Raquel don't give a fuck about yours. I can understand that she's mad, but you're still that sweet person. I fucking love you. It be your own people. Pink toe on pink toe crime. And I understand that Raquel and Schwartz had this agreement, but things apparently changed for you in Vegas. And Raquel said, yeah, I stopped giving a fuck about what y'all heifers thought. I'm cool with you, but I don't need to be friends with Katie or Lala because they ain't shit. However, I'm about to not be friends with you either because I'm fucking your man. Then she gonna say, I did want to ask you though, how are you and Sandoval? Not well, bitch. And then Raquel bring up the dry spell. Remember when me and James weren't humping? Y'all ain't humping either. I figured y'all wasn't humping since, I'm getting all the dick. Raquel is hinting at you, heifer. You should want to have sex in a relationship. And she said, well, we're not being emotionally intimate, and so you're withholding sex because he doesn't want to do the things that you want to do. If to have sex with him, it gotta come with all these bells, whistles, and candlelight dinners. Girl, you don't want that man. That's a roommate. Okay, now Ariana putting herself down. Heifer, if you feel that bad, go to the gym. But I'm telling you, if you put the pussy on him, he ain't gonna complain unless you in a t-shirt. But I'm sorry, Ariana, you're not attracted to him. If you were sexually attracted to him, if you felt he was so hot when he walked in that door, you'd be putting it on him. You're not into it anymore. You want him to be a different person. That's the thing. You like the shell and the body, but you want him to be a different person. You want him to be a more matured version, or what you consider is a more matured version. That may not be his walk in this life, and that ain't up to you, heifer. Ariana says, I think we'll talk it out and we'll be fine. You're gonna talk it out at the reunion. Oh God, and here comes Lala Kent. When I think about the Black Plague that took out 1/3 of Europe, why didn't it get your ancestors? Because the world would be a better place without people like you. Oh God. Schwartz, if you don't smell great, go home and shower. Don't rub fruit on funk. My hippie friends used to do that. God. Why white people gotta be so nasty? And not all of them, but enough to where it's a point in conversation. Oh, Lord. Now Raquel gotta go over to Katie. I just wanted to congratulate you on your sandwich shop. Why speak to Katie? Why keep giving her camera time? Why keep giving her air? Katie needs to go off the show. God, but she's gonna hang on Ariana's titlet. Oh, that's right, she had to twist the knife. I know you heard about Schwartz and I making up, just so you know. See, this is why you don't bring your man around your friends. Oh, Raquel said, well, you filed for divorce, so if we make out, it's Nunya. Katie said, why are you talking to me about this? What are you doing right now? She's getting her moment and finding her light and reminding you, you don't own him. Raquel is low-key telling this heifer off, and Raquel is right. Somebody does need to stand up for Schwartz. Katie, it's not your place anymore, and to threaten taking the dogs away is foul. You need to move on, and you need to let him move on too. So now Lala says, I don't know why you're talking to this buffoon of a person. Well, I'd rather be Raquel and be a buffoon of a person than have my baby daddy be Randall Emmett. No matter what, you have to explain that to your child, and Raquel doesn't. Then, of course, Katie mom decided to pipe up. Did our conversation at dinner mean nothing? And Raquel says, oh, God. Don't say, oh, God, that's my mother. Yeah, that's your mother. You gotta respect her. I don't know that bitch shit. And quiet as it's kept, the ex-mother-in-law needs to get out of their business. It's time to realize, I haven't signed divorce papers. Girl, y'all done moved out. You done sold the house. You're not together. It's over. And you can't run his life. Ooh. Tom said, and you were hooking up with another guy while you and Tom were living together, so it's okay for you. I can't believe it. Sandoval is right. Katie, having your mom here fighting your battles, it's embarrassing. Also, Mom, you are the grown-up here. You need to be consoling your daughter and helping her move on and telling her the more you try to control his life, it ain't gonna work. And the fact that you couldn't see that marriage wouldn't work, well, that's why you raised an idiot, because you the old idiot. 3 generations of simpletons. Raquel lit their asses up. I ain't mad at it. God, now Ariana crying. Because you know your relationship's over. Because you don't want to fuck him no more. So Katie's crying because Sandoval's telling the truth. Schwartz is like, I'm not even in it no more. Then Vanderpump gonna say Schwartz hiding behind the plants isn't helping anything. What is he supposed to do? The only thing he can do is tell Katie to stay out of his life. Then she runs over to get Schwartz. Are you laughing with Raquel? Are you laughing with her? Yes, because it's funny that you can't get over the fact that you filed divorce and now you're divorced. Oh, God, my confidence, my. Katie, everything ain't about you. And you know what, Katie, if this is so bad, stop hanging out with your ex-husband. Try that. But now, here comes Raquel. Oh, I love it. She's like, I ain't done getting on your nerves yet, Katie. We're in the middle of a conversation, go away. I just have one thing to say. I am an empathetic person, and I see that you're hurt. She is trolling this heifer. You wanted to be a mean girl? She said, oh, I'm gonna show you mean girl. Now, was it malicious? It was a little malicious, but it shouldn't matter because that's not your husband no more. We had to experiment because it was a flirty thing. Ooh, Raquel can twist the knife. And she's getting Schwartz to dance to her tune. This is hilarious. She's got these people going like puppets. A Vanderpump in training. And then Tom tried to defend her. It was a sincere apology. All right, now Lisa gives a birthday speech and we don't care. Now, this was supposed to be the finale, but now we get one more episode since we found out that Ariana was sleeping with Sandoval. Well, I'm gonna see you soon for the finale and the reunions. I've worked my ass off getting all this done.